Yo, what is going on, everyone? We are back with another video, and this time I'm going to be talking to you guys why it is not too late to start Honkai. Like, if you're a Genshin player, or maybe you're coming out from the outside, you guys heard about Genshin, haven't played it, but you came across the name Impact and somehow landed on Honkai, and are wondering if you should play the game, if it's too late or not. And I gotta say, it is definitely not too late to play the game, guys. It actually is the perfect time to join, because as you guys can see, they just released the cat girl Phyllis, and so far I am liking her. It's unfortunate that she has to be in kind of like double S rank in order to do some damage, but besides that, I'm satisfied with this character. As you guys know, I'm biased when it comes to cat girls. Cat girls are life. Cat girls are the best thing ever. Yeah, cat girls are best girls. Enough of that. So the reason why it is not too late to play Honkai is because in the story, as you guys can see, there are a ton of chapters. Currently, we are on chapter 29, which was, I gotta say, one of my favorite chapters, I gotta say, because it introduced open world mechanics. That's in contrary to all these others, which are just linear, straight story. The stages, they're linear, you can't explore. But that changes with the open world story. Keep in mind, adventure tasks, they're open world, but this is the first time implementing open world in the story. So keep in mind, guys, even though we do have, I'm pretty sure I said 29 chapters, but it's 28, but they're gonna come out with chapter 29, which has to do with the Elysian Realm. So it kind of goes hand to hand. But talking about Elysian Realm, there is a ton of content in Elysian Realm. As you can see, there's 3 chapters out for this story. I want to say it's a little side story because I think the main story has to do with Kiana and Fuhua and everyone else in the real world, because Elysian Realm, I'm not gonna go into too detail, but it's just a little side story, has to do with Mai. Kind of important. I think chapter 29, which is gonna come after chapter 3, is gonna be, I gotta say, it's gonna be really important, because there's some, I don't want to spoil, I just want to give you guys a quick little idea that Elysian Realm it's a pretty good story. I gotta say, I can see why Honkai kind of delayed the main story and started focusing on Elysian Realm, because this Elysian Realm is, I gotta say it's a good story, one of my favorites. I think it's besides chapter 28. So if you start playing in Elysian Realm, you can see there are tons of Valkyries to choose from, and they just keep expanding the roster, I think every single update, because we're gonna get Epona and Eden, which are 2 flame chasers in Elysian Realm, which of course Elisa is, Phyllis is, and Mobius. They're just gonna keep expanding the roster, guys. So even your cheap outfits, like let's say Valkyrie Blade Strike or like Durandal, or maybe even Fischl. Fischl, they added her like early into Elysian Realm, so they're just gonna keep adding characters. So the earlier the better, I'm gonna be honest, but it's definitely not too late to join the game. Like I said, it's actually the perfect time. And talking about characters, of course, Honkai has way too many characters that I cannot count. Like, I could just keep scrolling all the way, and you can see I'm only missing 6 characters in order to complete my whole collection. But most of these characters are pretty good, I gotta say, but there's tons to collect from. You could get them from the shop, you could buy fragments, specifically like the War Treasure. You could get like these expensive outfits, I mean battle suits, which are S tier. And you could buy fragments for the SP battle suits, which is I gotta say, these SP battle suits, they kind of changed the game because they're not like regular Valkyries. They have these extra little skills. I don't know, it requires like a lot of explanation, but yeah, these characters are really good and you can just buy them straight up. Kind of like Phyllis, you could buy her straight up too, so hey, free cat girl, you can never go wrong with that, guys. One thing many people do not know is that sure, Honkai Star Rail is coming out soon. I think it's in beta right now, but it is a sequel to Honkai. Well, it's a sequel to a post Honkai Odyssey, which is a sequel to Honkai. So I think I read somewhere, and I'm pretty sure this is true, because I think MiHoYo said it themselves, that Honkai story still has like around 2 years worth of story before we actually reach a post Honkai Odyssey. So the reason I bring up story is because, like I said, there's 28 chapters in the main story, and Elysian Realm already has 3 chapters, which Elysian Realm is time consuming. So If you guys are gonna start playing Honkai, it has to be now. Like, sure, you can play it later, but you're gonna have tons of chapters to play if you guys care about the story. If not, you can of course just skip through all the chapters, but the Honkai story is top tier. I gotta say that Honkai story is better than Genshin as of right now, mainly because Genshin is still new. They still have like some stuff to develop, maybe like some characters to like implement. Honkai is way more advanced, 28 chapters compared to Genshin's like 1 year worth of story. It's actually not comparable. So one thing I did not want to mention about Honkai, if you guys are in the global server, NA, you do not want to go to room 1. There's a reason why I block out the chat every single time I make these videos, because if you guys are NA global, and you guys never played Honkai before, I highly suggest you stay out of channel room 1. It is the most degenerate thing you guys will ever see. So that's one reason as to why to play Honkai if you guys are into that. Highly suggest you don't, but it's up to you guys whether you guys want to, you know, join that chat. I highly suggest you don't. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, feel free to give me a thumbs up, and in the description we have a link to my Discord. We talk about anything Honkai, anything Genshin, eventually anything Star Rail. So as always, I'll catch you guys next video. Have a good one, guys.